Hi, this is Mason.
We have sort of a problem here.
And you're watching the 315 with Brian Higgins Presents.
You apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS reports.
Transfer Portal Syracuse.
You see, we're putting the cover sheets on all TPS reports now before they go out.
With Brian Higgins and Jordan Capozzi.
Did you see the memo about this?
Capozzi.
If you could just go ahead and make sure you do that from now on, that would be great.
Capozzi.
And, I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of that memo.
Capozzi.
We need to talk about your TPS reports.
With this week's TPS Report.
If you could go ahead and try to remember to do that from now on, that'd be great.
Here's Brian and Jordan.
All right.
Portal Watch! Oh, injected in my veins. You can actually overdose from Portal Watch. The last 3 days have certainly been a test of that. My goodness, is there just a laundry list of names coming and going, and rumors fast and furious all over the place. Brian Higgins, Jordan Capozzi. You heard what Mason said. He introduced us. What's up, Jordan? How are you?
Oh, just watching the portal like all of us are, you know. It's not a science, Brian. It's an art.
You know, we'll get into all of this. Here's my main disappointment from early stage Portal Watch. Like, we got a good Sadiq White cryptic gram earlier today. Like, he posted a picture with a song, but then, like, he gave us the answer, like, half an hour later. Like, come on, Sadiq. Like, showmanship. It's Portal Watch. Give us, like, make everyone sweat for a day or something. Like, give us a little something. We need a little, like, there's a lot happening here in like, 48 hours, whatever it's been.
I have a theory with all of that I can't confirm. I know that
It's the best kind of theories.
I know he removed the Syracuse stuff from his Instagram, but he never entered the portal.
Right.
One, people just update their Instagram. Two, maybe he was told to do it just to show he was open. But I kind of have a theory that he was probably never super interested in leaving, because we all assumed Kyan was coming back. They're boys. And I think the university at a certain point, because we know that SU athletics, they are keen to what people are saying on social media. I feel like they told him we need an announcement out there so people stop asking.
Oh yeah, I mean that like it was like, look at Cayenne said he was coming back today. Like, no duh. Dad, whose people may have heard of, was talking about that on his podcast 2 weeks ago. Like, it's not breaking news here, but yeah, that's the way it is. Like, everybody now, quite literally, every scholarship player on the roster, save Nate King's, right? Like, every scholarship player that we are certain has eligibility left has said something. Has said something. Well, after we get our opening menu out of the way here, we can run through an order like everything that's happened in Monday. It will take a minute. It will take a minute to run it through. But first, just in case anyone is hungry this evening, it's a Weck Wednesday here at the Thompson Road Tavern opening menu. They got the beef on Weck. And they've got it until 9 o'clock tonight. So you still have plenty of time here to get all up in that Weck here this evening. And Jordan, how about this? Starting tomorrow, on Thursday, April 9th, the Thompson Road Tavern is bringing you.
Oh, is this the Power Hour?
They've leveled up their Power Hour happy hour bites. And if you think this is just for an hour, you're 2 hours short. Monday through Friday, 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Here's what they're rocking. They got a $3 mini cheese quesadilla. They got a $4 Bang Bang chicken. It's got that sweet and spicy heat. You hear about the shrimp being bang banged, and sometimes when people are being cheap with it, they bang bang some kind of vegetable. I don't know about the chicken. Grover approves. They've got a $4 wing flight. You get 3 jumbo wings and 3 signature sauces. That's a lot of options. And they've got a $5 meatball duo. You get the classic pomodoro and the garlic parmesan. And somebody commented immediately below they want them to bring back cowboy beans. Grover loves cowboy beans, and the Thompson Road Tavern responded, "We will have them very soon." So there you go. Power Hour, Happy Hour, 3 to 6, Thompson Road Tavern, starting tomorrow. Exciting deals. Thompson Road Tavern remains for you, Spatching the Wheeze, on Thompson Road. It's a tavern, 690. Get off Thompson Road, north it, drive, stoplight, maybe a third. I don't know. It's on the right. That's how you get there. Thompson Road Tavern opening menu. What are we going to do today? Link pinned top of the chat. It's the one where I'm yelling Portal Watch, and then there's a link for you to join the show if you'd like to talk Portal Watch or something else. If you really, really wanted to talk women's lax tonight, I don't know. They've won 11 straight, and that's nice. Grover's a big Reggie Thorpe fan.
Brian, a lot of
huge
potential for this Power Hour to be putting different meats on these mini cheese quesadillas. Just saying.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You can get the...
Just saying.
Here, I switched tabs. So you get a $3 mini cheese quesadilla, and for between 4 or 5, you can have a variety of chicken you can get on there. Grover is just staring at me right now. Or you could, work a meatball into the quesadilla. You could, it would be like a crazy meatball parm. You could do your own fusion situation. You could do your own fusion. Do it up. You could do it for $7. And then you could ask them, Wheeze, if they have Guinness on tap. So, that'd be good on that. Grover is perfectly half framed. He's exactly cut his face in half with those blazing blue eyes. Hey, Grover. Grover not in the portal. Grover is very much present. We'll be talking mostly Portal today. That's our Thompson Road Tavern opening menu. Grover has thoughts. I am so certain, more than anything in my life, that Grover has big thought. Is Grover trying to put dude in the portal? Is he oh my gosh, I'm portaling you out of here, dude. So just for the sake of, if anyone's missed it, the last 3 days. So, go back even, the end of last week it started coming out, right? We got, you get Nate George in the portal. Tyler Betsy in the portal. Nate George in the portal. Then we get the news that Red gets the gig at Virginia as an assistant coach that had been rumored out there. Then we get the Donnie Freeman is in the portal news, just kind of skidded in there at some point. I think maybe on Easter. I don't even know when the Donnie thing slid in the mix. Then 11 a.m. on the dot Monday morning, we got the news of 3 of the 5 assistants were official, including Ben Lee, along with Arinze and Ryan, who has a last name from VCU. 5 assistants. This is a lot of names to remember. Then
the generic one-syllable last names are killing me. Ryan Day. Right?
No, that's the
Daly.
Daly. Yeah, right. Yeah, Daly sounds right. Okay. Ryan Day is the Ohio
Ryan
State
Daly
football coach. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Ryan Daly, Ben Lee, Jamal Brunt, just too many.
It's thank goodness for Arinze. I know who that guy is. That guy's got syllables, and he's very large. You can't miss out on Arinze. Then we also get the news that Syracuse has, they've gone Euro and gotten Mark Morano Mamutovic, which I hope I'm saying right, but if I'm not, it sounds fantastic anyway. So they're in the 6'7" Slovenian 3-point sharpshooting wing market. Then you start getting the incoming news of, the expected stuff, right? Doty both goes in the portal and then exits the portal for Syracuse, all essentially, he went in the portal, no contact, out of the portal. He did it in 15 minutes. It was just as fast as he could do the paperwork. Then we got Akir Soare going into the portal. Somewhere along the line, I think I skipped everyone's favorite Aussie hitting the portal, so you lose that. Then who else? There's so many things just happening. Things. Then you got the 2 announcements today, Sadiq White and Kyan Anthony officially saying they're back, and Sienna's backup injured center, Godric, also says he's coming to join. I probably missed like 3 things. That's all happened. Oh, and earlier this morning they announced that Jamal Brunt, the Penn State assistant, is officially coming to Syracuse. Oh, I don't know, 45 minutes after Penn State's star guard who played high school basketball with Cayenne Anthony and was recruited to Penn State by Brunt, officially put his name in the portal, Mingo, when his brother may or may not be going to North Carolina. And that's the last 60 hours or so. It's crazy. Like, and a lot of it's just paperwork, right? But it's stunning how much stuff is just happening in this short time frame.
Yeah. Taking inventory, right? So you got the 2 freshmen, or the 2 freshmen from Syracuse from last year who stayed, I should say. They're not freshmen anymore, technically, right? Rising sophomores, whatever. I don't like
sophomores.
I don't like the rising thing.
They're
I don't
rising.
like the rising thing personally.
Sadiq likes to
you
rise.
got
He's
those
big
2.
on alley-oops. He's big on rising.
You got Triple M. You got Goodrick,
I'm calling him 3M. I'm going 3M
Okay.
because I'm trying to make an NIL deal for him happen with the 3M Corporation. It doesn't seem very likely. Like, they're very versatile. They got a lot of stuff. Maybe he could, like, promote staplers or something. I don't know. 3M sells a lot of things. He could be a glue guy. They got glue.
I like Goodrick because there's one thing that was infuriating about Syracuse last season. It was sometimes it just felt like they couldn't or maybe didn't want to get rebounds except for William Kyle.
Yeah.
And Goodrick, I understand he was hurt and I understand it wasn't ACC competition, but you go out there and you grab double-digit rebounds in 4 of your 9 games. He had 22 in their season opener. I'm in as a guy who, if the center's not giving you what you need, I have faith he goes in there and gives a lot of effort. Doty, and then I think Mesh and full effect people are pretty much
like Mesh
in, right?
Mesh is clearly coming to Syracuse. I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think the words have been said out loud yet. I actually I encountered Gavin Mesh, or Gavin, is his game Gavin?
Ryan.
Gavin Doty,
Too
Ryan.
many
Oh my god, there's just too many names. Mesh. I encountered Mesh sources at the barber shop yesterday. And is there a better sourced place on planet Earth than the barber shop? So
A bar, if it's Carlos Del Rio Wilson info.
That's true. Yeah, there's guy at a bar, but then there's people that get their hair cut at the same place that live in the area. Yeah, Mesh is coming to Syracuse. Barber shop sources, infallible barber shop sources. So Mesh is coming to Syracuse. Full effect, I assume. Like, there's no news out there on him, but it just, like, he's from Arinze's hometown.
He shared the Cayenne coming back post. Like, either he's just a really big Cayenne fan or he's following Syracuse very closely.
Yeah, like I think he's coming. Oh no, San Diego Q's. I have sources close to the Mesh family. Yeah. And those people might have scissors. So you watch out. I won't send them across the country. That seems a bit aggressive to threaten you, but there's scissors involved. It's a barbershop. So like so many things happened. I didn't tell you anything. I just told you I have barbershop sources. I didn't tell you who they are or what happened. Matt NY.
Yeah, you know what happens in the barbershop stays in the barbershop.
I did not break barbershop code there. You backtrack it to somebody, Matt NY. You just try to unravel that thread. You just try to unravel the thread of how the guy that's from 15 minutes from here might be coming to Syracuse and the barbershop's involved. I dare you to figure it out. So
here's where I was going with all that, because I was just, we're taking count, right? The only guy who has entered the portal for Syracuse who I could see coming back and don't think he will, though, is Betsy. But I think so. You can get offered so much money as a tall shooter that there's no reason to bring him back. But I've seen the Sienna Light accusations. I've already seen a surprising amount of people on social media. I'm sure everyone watching has seen it too. How many Sienna guys are we going to get? Do they want to be Sienna? It's like, hey, everybody, newsflash.
This is what happens.
there's like half the roster. And you know what's good about the guys they brought in? Last year, the bench pieces for Syracuse, while there were some nice names attached to the schools, they didn't really play a ton. You didn't know what you were getting. Jerry at least knows what he's going to get
Right.
out of the guys who are coming in to fill time. Now, here's my concern with what's going on so far. Kyan, Sadiq, and Doty.
Yep.
3 players who could be solid to very good players. How much time are these guys getting? Because unless we see market improvements out of Kyan and Sadiq, and unless Doty just steps up to the ACC, no problem. Yes, I understand he played well against Duke. I'm not going to take that and assume he's going to be a 14-point per game guy at the ACC level just because the most adrenaline fueled, nothing to lose underdog game of his life, he went out there and balled. That's what competitors do. It's different doing it a whole season, especially, when there's guys that are actually scouting you more so and they know your tendencies. Malik Brown admitted Duke was sleepwalking, whatever. So here's my point. I can't imagine Kyan and Sadiq are coming back for less playing time, and I can't imagine Gavin Doty's coming to ride the bench. So how big of a role are these guys playing? That's what I'm more curious about, because while all of them are good, I haven't seen enough from any of them to be like, I want these guys averaging mid 20 minutes a game.
I am expecting Sadiq to make a rather significant improvement, assuming he hits the weight room. But I'm also expecting, right, assuming Folofak comes here, I'm expecting you to have a guy that can also play minutes at that spot. Like, I think you're looking at a situation where, Doty and Kyan, I don't know who's the two. Is one a backup? Like, somebody's going to have to come off the bench here. Like, I think, talking about the Euros, is Ben Lee is apparently the source for the Euros, so great. That's outstanding. And if you got 1 Euro, you might have another Euro. Like, who's to say they don't have Euros coming over? Like, this Mahmutovic dude is 19 years old, and he was shooting 39% from the FIBA three-point line for the last year and change. Like, in legit competition. Like, there's no reason this guy can't step in and play right away. Here's the main thing, though, I think, and it comes down to your portal acquisitions. I don't necessarily think the leading scorer is on the roster yet. I hope he's not.
One up, yeah. I sure as heck hope not. I was talking with one of my friends, and again, like, the Doty story is just unbelievable. For those who don't know the Capozzi lore, like, I was hosting a high school sports show while Gavin and Xavier were both, around the time both of them were doing really well for Fulton. And so it's not like I was out there watching games, but I was just seeing the gaudy numbers he was putting up and the impact he had. And like, it's super cool to see a local guy get coached by a local, legend and then do well and now come to Syracuse. But I was arguing with a buddy. I was like, if he scores 10 per game, I call that a success. And my pal was like, I'm expecting 12 to 14 second or third option on the team. And I told him, if he's the second option on the team, then good luck, man. Like, I want him to be very good, but I'm not ready to tout him as the second option on the team. So point being, the bulk of this roster, we do not know yet.
Right.
The important bulk.
Like, I still think, I said this last week, I've been saying this for a long time, I said this last year with the whole Nate George thing. Like, their point guard acquisition needs to be, like, a legit player. If it's this Caden Mingo from Penn State, who played with Kyan in high school, a really highly recruited guy, had a really nice freshman season. Doesn't seem, at least he wasn't this year, much of an outside shooter, but besides that, he averaged in the teens and clearly is a good athletic defender and had 4-ish assists a game. Like, if you get a guy like that, whoever you get, you need to put some serious capital to have a really good point guard. You also need to put some serious capital. I'm not saying to have a scoring center, but I mean, they're talking about the dude from Tennessee or so. Like, you need a legitimate guy. And the guy from Tennessee is legitimate. That's a guy, he's been around, that's legitimate. If it's him, if it's somebody like that.
You talking Estrella?
Yeah, Estrella. Like, that's a legitimate.
Follows Ryan Mesh on Instagram.
There we
apparently.
go. Like, it didn't come up.
That's not.
Yeah, Estrella did
follows
not
less
come
than
up at the
1,000
barbershop, but you never, he's a little too far removed on it.
That's not an accident, though. Like, it's not
No,
a guarantee
of
he's
course
coming,
it's
but
not
that's
an
not an
accident.
accident. Like, Ryan, it's not like, oh, he follows Kyan. Wow. It's like, no, Ryan Mesh is kind of a deep cut, you know?
That is off the beaten path, and then it's off the path that connects to that. You are in the underbrush somewhere. But, okay, so those two positions are 100% necessary to have a competent team. And then I think the main thing we're going to find out within the next couple of weeks is legitimately how much money Syracuse has been able to stockpile for this offseason. Because getting those two things they're necessary, and I think Syracuse can afford something competent at those two positions. Whatever. And then, obviously you've paid Kyan something, Sadiq something, Doty something, but I think what we're going to find out is, okay, if there is a third significant addition from the portal, a wing-type scorer, a small, not like a legitimate 6'7", 6'8", legitimate wing-type scorer player, then that tells you they've upped their NIL to a significantly different level, because then, now you're talking, not that I'm saying they're going to be Michigan, but look at Michigan. That's obviously what you're striving to be. Michigan just won the title. They started 5 transfers, and their mantra was, like Coach Q always used to say that with the women's teams. He loved saying, hey, we got 7 starters. That was his thing. Michigan's thing is we got 9 starters. So Red was talking up depth this whole last year, and we found out as the year went along, right, they didn't actually have playable depth in a way that worked. If you've got NIL, you talk about Jordan, are people going to accept roles coming off the bench and whatever? That's how they accept it. If they're paid to accept it, they will accept it, and then it comes together. So I think that's the biggest thing we're going to find out within a few weeks. Like, if you're going to get a point guard, you're going to get a big guy of some sort. Do you get a third, legit player? Pardon me.
I mean, you figure you've got to, right? So I have no clue how much these guys were making, but you've got to assume, like, Doty, Goodrick. Doty might, with all the interest he could have gotten, they might have had to offer him a little something, but that feels like a Jerry play. And, just he wants to play with Jerry. You offer him, a little more than he was making at Siena. Tell him if he plays well, there will be more opportunities in there.
Like, I'd like to think he's getting less than he would have gotten on the open market coming to Syracuse.
Yeah. So just point being, I don't know what's up with Kyan and Sadiq, because
the Cayenne one,
feels
who knows, right? Like, in theory, you don't have to pay him anything. I'm sure that's not the case. But
Sadiq, too, if they're boys, like, look, if Melo wants Kyan at Cuse and thinks Sadiq is best for his development, which Sadiq's the type of guy you want to play with, and who knows, like, maybe Melo's helping out with Sadiq. Like, I could see that. So, like, they've probably spent next to nothing with their team right now.
That's, and obviously your highest 2 ticket items from last year were Donnie and then JJ are off the books. So yeah, like, if you can turn that money plus hopefully added reserves into a legitimate lead guard, a legitimate center, and then a third player that I'll just say wing for the generic idea, just a third player that fits. Now, if you give me those 3 mystery players and put them with the group we're talking about, and then whatever happens with Nate Kings, now you got something. But yeah, to your point right now, like, if Syracuse has to take the court with the people we're 100% certain are on the team next year, that's not good enough. Yeah, we're not good enough yet. But I think on day 2 of the portal, they're in good enough position right now where it can be good enough.
Yeah, just what's scary is, you remember when, was it Jeremy Roach who it came out he was getting paid like $2 million and people freaked out, and then Nigel Pack I think signed something like 2 years for $4 million or something, and people freaked out. And now, like, I was just listening to a podcast before this, and, like, guys are just casually getting offered $5 million, and that's what's tough is
Right.
it feels like if you're SU, even if you spent no money, it's like when you're playing a video game and you're aligning or you're selecting your attributes, right? You can either go real hard at one or you can do the average at a bunch of different attributes. It feels like that's what SU's going to have to do, even not having spent much of their money. They're either going to have to go real big at whatever their lead guard is and then get, a solid big man and maybe a wing, or vice versa. Or look, they have a lot of guys who can go in those 2 through 4 spots.
Right.
Maybe there's just dropping like $4 million on a lead guard, $4 million on a center, and they're hoping some of the wings work out.
Yeah, if the way I would go into the finances, I would spend basically whatever you got to spend on your point guard because you need it. And you got to be right because to San Diego Yakuza's point, we saw what happened last year when it wasn't right. Nate George got a lot of money. Nate George, yeah. I
got a lot of money.
He got a lot of money, and I can't really handle any more Nate George conversations like that. That's enough for a lifetime. I think we've had Nate George conversations in the last year. Like if one more alley-oop goes into the 19th row, I just don't know if I can do it anymore. But go figure. Like to all my understanding, I think Elliot Cadeau was in the same price range. I don't think he got comically more than like a Nate George got. I could be wrong. Well, he just won the national championship, and he was throwing crazy alley-oops all over the place. So it can work out if you have other guys around you. I mean, Cadeau's a more talented player than George, but so it's one of these things like, but at the time last year, like, I don't think Syracuse was ever really involved in Cadeau, but we were talking about all those guys, right? And when we talked about that, like, George was a reasonable answer at the time, and it didn't work. They have to spend on that, and they have to be right. The center thing, I think, is interesting because you just hit on William Kyle, right? Like, that was a major portal hit for not major portal money. Like, good money, but it wasn't break-the-bank kind of money. So the center spot's interesting because you can spend, Jordan, to your point, like I don't even know who the top centers are because there's always so many fewer of them in the portal than the guards. But you can spend big. I don't want to say spend small, but I'd rather try to go like an Estrella would be a good type player. Can you get somebody that's got size, that's got experience that you can get for $1 million, $1.5 million, whatever, and then just go get another good basketball player at whatever position, because the more good basketball players, the merrier, right? like look at Michigan, look at UConn, look at all the teams that made it deep in the tournament. They all just had a bunch of good basketball players. Just a lot of them, a lot of good basketball players. Ironically, Chance Westry's back in the portal. If you want a basketball player. Westry, who took the place of the Big Ten's Player of the Year this year at UAB last year. If you want all the weird things to tie together, he was the guy that replaced Axel Lindenborg at UAB this last year that had a really good season. So, I don't know. Like, I need a point guard, I need a big guy, and then I need someone else who's good at basketball.
Yeah, what concerns me about that, what you said, I don't think it was Badinga they were talking about. I think it was Diop, who's like right there in terms of his portal ranking.
Badinga's going to get some
cash. But I think Diop, I was listening, it was like a CBS Sports pod. I think it was Travis Branham, but they were talking about how he's probably a late first round draft pick, and he's going to make significantly more money in college. So it's just, like those top guys.
It's crazy.
That's like $5 million. And also, not to mention, Syracuse has 2 huge spenders, Louisville and Duke, right in the same conference as competition. So, I mean, if it comes down to that and you got an agent defending you, you don't think the agent's going to shell out like, yeah, Cuse just they're backing up the Brinks with $4 million. What's an extra $1 to Duke or Louisville? So it's
right.
They're gonna have to hit again like they did with William Kyle, and bless them that they did. I just don't think you can expect that. But that's why I think it's good that whether or not they play a huge role, Jerry's got a solid base right now of guys who either aren't going to cost them that much or have upside or could be potentially getting paid from other sources. So I mean, they have a good starting point. I'm just interested and have no clue who they're going to get because,
No.
you know, Mingo's the connection, Estrella. It's basically just pick a guy they used to recruit or that an assistant coach has talked to and speculate.
Right, like Mingo's the connection today. I didn't know who he was on planet Earth yesterday. Like, my amount of minutes watched Penn State this year remains 0. I never heard of that guy. San Diego Cuse is in on Chance as the backup point guard. Chance, here's the thing on Chance Westry, if we can delve into the Chance Westry timeline. It turns out he is a real human, apparently. Chance averaged 15 points a game this year. Like, I don't know if he wants to be a backup. He still can't shoot or anything. Go watch everyone go watch the Andy Kennedy quote on Chance from like a month ago when he talks about like how he gets winded running up and down the court, like 8 million things he can't do, but he's like, man, when he puts his mind to it, he can get to the bucket. He does a lot of stuff. But yeah, they're gonna need a backup point guard. Like, you still need, like, I think needs right now are point guard, backup point guard, and starting center. Significant desire is another just really good basketball player.
I know they need a backup point guard, but remember, like, I still think there's something there in terms of Kyan can get through traffic enough and like handle the ball well enough and is smart enough in terms of basketball. It seemed like they were trying to make him the backup point guard for at least a little bit last
They were.
year. Like, if it comes to spending money or if it comes to having a backup point guard when you're going to spend the most money on a lead guard, keeping in mind that you've got multiple dudes who would play Kyan's position. I don't hate the idea of just maybe try that again, because like, what's a point guard really? Like, you don't have the John Stockton, passing the ball, Scott Skiles 20 plus assists, just swing it around, swing it like
Skiles. What a pull.
Bounce pass into the paint, like,
go mid-90s Magic.
So why not just let Kyan run it again if it comes down to spending money? Like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, and I don't think it's going to work. But if Jerry likes mesh that much, then let's at least see what he's got. I think defensive liability for sure, but he clearly has offensive potential.
I'd say this too. Like, if Ben Lee's locked in on Europe, like, I'll take a European guard. Let's go. I'll take a European guard. You saw Dion Goggins today? ZB Trush? What a pull. Old number 13. He was great. I love Dion Goggins. He was fun to talk to. Tell Dion Goggins if you see him again, I say hello. I need Tannhausen to lift the curse on Chance.
And I see the chat. Nobody likes the Kyan point guard. Here's my theory, right? If you bring in a big money point guard, he's going to play
big money
75% or more of the game. Like, if you have a point guard who's going to play 32 to 35 minutes a game, perhaps, which if you're spending a lot of money and the guy is well conditioned, then why the heck not? Who cares if you throw Kyan at that point guard spot for 5 minutes a game if it saves you money? Yes, you want somebody who's a backup, but I'm trying to think about like bang for your buck right now, and I'd rather they spend that extra $1 million on a better center than what it would take to bring in an established backup point guard. That's just me. But
and then I think there's the idea of whereof, if anywhere, does Nate Kings fit into this picture? Like, I've heard nothing. Like, has he filed anything? Like, what's going on with Nate Kings? Because I really like Nate Kings as a basketball player. Like, I think we all like Nate Kings as a basketball player. But he's, what was he, 6'5", so he's not the idea of a big wing that I'm talking about. Now, he'd also be in the same mix as Kyan and Doty for playing time. He's not really a point guard. And in theory, based on how he played last year, he's earned a pay raise. So that would be someone that would take a chunk of money. Like, could just getting Kings back be a third big addition? Like, I'd like to have Kings around, but at the same time, I think it's the finances, right? Like, now, it's like when you get up to you start checking out at the grocery store, and you're like, I had all that in the cart? uh-oh, and you're scanning, and it's like, that is more than I thought I was ready. Except in this case, unlike you're just swiping the credit card, like the money's actually due to these guys. Like they want to see, this is a cash only situation. So, man, I don't know.
And with Kings, the longer we wait, the more that I feel like it's not going to happen, especially as maybe they get lucky and the NCAA is like, all right, we're talking about this 5-5. Let's just give him a shot because we're not doing these waivers and all this stuff anymore. And he's a good story, and he comes from a tough upbringing, and he would be a success story. Let him make some money. He did technically play that JUCO year. I know he said he wanted to play for Syracuse. Say he gets this waiver. I don't know if anybody would hold it against him if he went somewhere else for an extra mil either.
I wouldn't. Honestly, if I am Nate Kings, and I really like Nate Kings this year, he grew on me as the year went along. Like, if I am Nate Kings and I get an extra year of eligibility, like, there's no good reason a contender type team shouldn't toss some money at him. Because, he could have been part of a Michigan 9-man rotation, right? Like, he could have, as long as he's willing to come off the bench in a scenario like that, he could play for, Louisville could toss money at. He could play at Duke. He could play at those schools. Not as a star, but, if that's what he wants to do, if they got enough money to pay him and he wants to be, a legitimate role glue guy, that'd be awesome. What's up, V-Dog?
He can do whatever, man. I mean, yes, he can shoot. Yes, he can handle the ball. We found out size and athleticism.
Maybe he could be the backup point guard, Jordan. He can handle it. Nate Kings.
There were times where he was the second best rebounder on the floor for Syracuse too. So
there were times where he was the best rebounder. It was disturbing at points.
Even if he does get granted this waiver, which it's getting late early out there, I just don't think we can lock him into Syracuse.
No, not at all. And some guys you begrudge leaving in this day and age. It's hard to do. I'm like, Nate Kings came. He did everything he was asked for. I would say,
good for him.
Good for him. Go get it. Look at what his life has been in the last few years. It's a hell of a story. I mean, he's a Hallmark movie just walking. Go somewhere else and have the Hallmark ending of winning something somewhere. I don't know. I like Kings, but at the same time, if you're Jerry, this stuff is moving very fast, right? This is day 2 of the portal. It took me, I think, 10 minutes to list everything that's happened in the last 3 days. So a lot of this stuff is going to happen fast. And if, say, Kings, let's just say $1 million, it doesn't matter. If Kings is going to cost X dollars, if you're Jerry, you can't set X dollars aside and wait. You gotta go spend. He did Mad NY, but he was also at JUCO schools and NAI schools. It would be a Diego Pavia situation where just none of the years actually count.
I'm just making sure there's no one else in the portal that we're missing out on, or that Calvin Russell isn't doing more stuff on a scooter.
Hey, I was trying the entire football season to get Steve Angeli to play quarterback on a scooter because I thought it would go better than anything else that was happening. Pat's in the chat. What's up, Pat?
No way.
Yeah, he's right there. Patrick Owens. Yeah. There's a Jizzle James in the portal? Yes.
Yeah.
Sign Jizzle.
Cincinnati?
Yeah.
He was Cincinnati, right?
You need a Cincinnati guy to replace Betsy, right? You just need one. And Tyler Betsy, 2 very normal names. Jizzle James, a whole different situation.
What's up? While we're here, what's going on, Pat? Thank you to everyone. I saw Kev with a hello earlier. I saw Jen's in the chat, and Jen's pushing to Micron to see what's going on with the NIL. Matt NY always active. San Diego Q's always in there. ZBT, I chatted at you earlier. ZBT Rush. I got Dale Post. I don't know how much I've seen of Dale in the past. I'm sure he's in there, but.
Also, shout out to Jen and Vera House. They had the big breakfast this morning. Sold out, as Jen told us the other day. All went well there. We will have Rebecca Shiroff from the Vera House organization. She will be live in the 315 Monday morning to discuss all the happenings as we are in the White Ribbon campaign month. So be sure a link will be through the chat at some point. But check out the Vera House and all the great stuff they got going on with the White Ribbon campaign here for the rest of the month of April. There it is. I was stretching out the talking long enough, Jordan, until the logo appeared on the screen. So there it is. That's what I was doing. Vera House. Shout out to the Vera House.
And I got to look at the rest of the chat too. Got Burke, Navy, T Takes, Wheeze, Nick, all in there too. So the regulars and some new names. So.
Yes. And again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. The $ next to the chat box is a great way to become a channel member for low, reasonable, exciting prices that can appear on my taxes next year, Jordan, because that is something I was doing earlier today, which is always
wait, what?
Always great fun. Well, I mean, they're giving me their human monies, and then in theory, I will get enough of it to pay taxes on it next year.
Very Danhausen, human monies.
Yes.
I like.
Well, somebody said Danhausen earlier in the chat, so I needed to. It's a reference. That was for you, whoever said that, San Diego Cuse. Somebody. Yeah, where do you think Donnie Freeman's going to Kentucky, Jordan? Like, the Kentucky fans seem convinced of it right now, that he's going there.
First off, I'm desperately trying to see why my screen is locked because I was looking through the portal. The only reason, because I know all the fans are convinced, the reason I'm feeling Kentucky is because, and you touched on this earlier, the Donnie stuff, I would say it wasn't official, quote unquote, until I think it was as late as yesterday, Monday at the earliest. But a Kentucky guy, I don't even know if he's like a news reporter. He might have been like more of an online sort of recruited guy, but it was a Kentucky guy who had the Donnie stuff first, who said he was going to enter the portal.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me to believe that, yeah, Kentucky's got the inside track at the very least if one of their guys was confident enough to report him in the portal before anybody else.
Though, to Kid Navy's point, Kentucky fans think they're getting literally everybody.
Yeah, can you imagine Kentucky, like, bless them if they get Nate George and Donnie Freeman, but also, like, bless them if they get Nate George and Donnie Freeman.
That would be something. That would be, good luck on all that. Like, Donnie just feels like this is a highest bidder situation. Donnie's going to go cash them checks. And, hey, Kentucky, what was Kentucky's roster this year? 22, 24 million, and they flamed out. So yeah, there is that. There's that. They got the money. We know they have the money, and they are desperate. So that feels like a marriage potentially made in heaven down there in the bluegrass state. So we'll see how that all goes. I don't know. It's fascinating how this all comes together at this point. And people keep asking us to talk about Ben Lee, and Dono wrote earlier today that we were trying to figure it out on Monday because the Mamutovic news broke like right before the start of the show, and there were some ties. Like Jamal Brunt at Penn State had some ties over in Europe, so they're like, oh, maybe it was him, or does Jerry have a secret GM already that just hasn't passed through HR? Apparently, Ben Lee was the connection over there, so we like that. We like that because college hoops this past year, you look at Michigan's roster, Illinois in the Final Four, you look at a lot of these major rosters in the country this year had great success. They had multiple Euros, and they were like really, really good. And Mamutovic is a little younger. He's not like the 22-year-old freshman like Virginia had last year, who said he's coming back for another year. But
oh God, Ritter, right?
Yeah, DeRitter announced he's coming back for another year for his like 23-year-old sophomore year. Like he's really good, but he's 23 years old or however old he'll be 26 by the end of the show. I don't quite know how old
Get a job, bro.
He did. He got a job going to Virginia.
No,
that's right. He's not an employee.
He's not an employee. It's not a profession.
Well, no, his job isn't basketball. His job is NIL. He's an amateur basketball player who works hard for NIL monies. So there's that. Am I doing a post game after the spring game Saturday, Nick? Probably not. I'm doing a post game after the lacrosse game Saturday. There's a lot of games on Saturday. They're just games, and then more games keep happening. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with the football thing. I'll be doing a post game after Lax on Saturday, so that should be about 6:30. Yeah, we'll see. I was going to go to the spring game because Max liked the spring game last year, but here's the problem. It's 7:30 on a Saturday. So, like, I understand how it ended up there, but I liked it better last year when it was in the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday. That worked out for me personally much better. Will I do Here's the thing about a spring game, like talking about
to get kids there.
Yeah, well, like I'm not entirely sure of all the details. Like obviously my get like the Lax game by TV kind of got put at 4. It's on ESPNU, so now you're working around that. I was kind of surprised at the football games. The football's on ACC Network Extra, I believe. I don't know if there's any ACC Network linear programming because the ACC does have a lot of control over where those go because you want to make sure your game gets on. So a lot of times that has to play into it. Or maybe Reggie Thorpe was like, no, we're playing women's lacrosse at noon. You guys can all just get out. And people were like, well, you have won 11 in a row. So they're like, you can play at noon. So, yeah, the 7:30 stuff. The 7:30 stuff for kids because, like, a post game for the spring game, like, man, I don't really pay that much attention to the football in the spring game.
Yeah,
like it's really hard for me to watch the football.
I feel like every year you do learn. I mean, Yasin Willis, I feel like we saw what he could do at the spring game. I feel like last year, I believe it was last year. I'm getting my years mixed up, but last year was the year we learned that like, oh, this backup situation is murky. like, in terms of QBs.
Right. Well, because Collins was hurt, right? Like Collins was hurt and didn't play in the spring game. Obviously, Angeli wasn't there yet, so we just saw like all of these other guys be bad at quarterback. But then it was like, well, that was a lot of people that were bad at quarterback. Thank goodness none of them are the quarterback. And then we just kind of all moved on with life. And then they got Angeli like 2 days later, like, oh, maybe the other guy's bad at quarterback too. And that all kind of proved itself out quite quickly. But yeah, we'll I don't know. Spring, to me, the actual football of the spring game, to me personally, is the least interesting part of the spring game. Because
I read they're debuting a bunch of new, like the in-game stuff they're doing. That's what I want to see because let me tell you, I liked what they tried last year, but the fourth quarter "Are You Dart" thing did not hit when you were down by like 28. Like I didn't want to hear it, man. Like keep the lights on.
It's
stop.
Like, are you dart? No, I've been hit by a dart. Well, yeah, like for me, for an event like that, it's a free ticket event. Like I think it's a great opportunity to get kids in there to see football where the kids don't know what's going on. Like they're just seeing football. It doesn't matter. Like it's great. Otto's there. Like that you still spend way too much on popcorn. Like that's the stuff I personally get out of the spring game. I know Nick's breaking down film, but like the rest of the other stuff, like I find it more like are they making the spring game a good atmosphere that's fun to be at? And from everything I'm seeing, it sounds like they're attempting to do that. They're like really pubbing that this is a triple header and you do all this stuff and there's stuff between the games. And I saw today there's some kind of student after party thing after the game that I don't really know what the deal is, but there's tickets involved. Like there's a lot of things going on around it. But yeah, 7:30 on a Saturday night. That's a rough start time for little kids.
I love the idea of the triple header because we know that, especially as of late, Syracuse has been an event sports town.
Yeah, I like
that. You're gonna draw people away from the bookends. Like you can't stay there the whole time. Like you're gonna pay 200. You're going to pay $250 for a couple of meals. You're going to become best friends with the Dome Troughs, or Troughs, or...
Well, I mean, they're separately ticketed, so you could leave and return, right? So you could...
Yeah, you could, but, like, if I leave somewhere and then have to go back, I'm not coming back.
Like, you could do, you could just be going back and forth to M Street repeatedly or something.
I'm not coming back if I leave.
Yeah.
Two things while we're talking spring game. One, I don't want to forget about it. One, Kev was asking about the Masters in the chat. Knowing nothing about golf, I have my long shot on Akshay. So
okay,
so there's that.
Here's what I know about Akshay. What's his
Ram?
Yeah,
it's not. But
no, because John, he's not John Rahm. That's a different person. Bhatia, Akshay Bhatia. That's his name.
Okay.
He's left-handed,
Okay.
and lefties fare well at the Masters due to the undulations of the course.
Okay.
Phil Mickelson, Bubba Watson, Mike Weir, etc. So I do know that. I like the things people always do at majors where they do like the elimination. Like the last X winners have all had this, and you keep eliminating. So here are the two I've seen so far based on that. One of them, I'm forgetting who I saw them for. It's different golf people I follow on Twitter. And I follow a bunch of them, so I don't remember. Pardon me for the lack of credit. One.
Pardon me for not knowing who I bet on.
Yeah, I think you bet
name.
on Akshay Bhatia, but then you said
No,
wrong.
I definitely did. Akshay Ramesh is somebody who like covers cricket.
I hope you didn't
Maybe
bet on
I've
him.
seen-
I hope you didn't bet on him.
No, but sleeper.
Yeah, big sleeper. He's being slept on so much that like they've slept on sending him the invite so far. But the one guy I saw like did the elimination. It's like the last winners of all have this stat in their most recent tournament. You know, it is greens and regulate all the crap that they come up with, and that boiled it down to. And he said he's like usually this leaves me like 4 or 5 people. This time it's left me 1, and it was Matt Fitzpatrick, the Englishman who won the U.S. Open a few years ago. And then I saw another one. Was this a Barstool thing? I forget where I saw it. Where they were doing like, no, it wasn't Barstool, but it was like the average age of a Masters winner is 32 years old. And they're like, Americans have won, whatever it is, 75% of the Masters. The state that Masters winners have mostly come from out of that group is Texas. And they did a few other things of those, and it came out to Jordan Spieth. Who is a Masters winner who hasn't come close to it in the last few years, but there you go. A flyer on Jordan Spieth, a favorite-ish, like the 8th, 10th favorite Fitzpatrick is, something like that. So those are the two names that the internet has tossed out to me. Or you could just pick like Rory or Scotty, and just be
I just want to make sure
simple like that.
it is Akshay Bhatia.
Yeah,
Okay, there
yeah,
we go.
that's.
I want to make sure I didn't find like a new guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you? Is there another? Are there 2 Akshays?
No,
Like the
but what
odds
I
seem
did-
long. Is
I have
Akshay
a-
like the name John in India? Like I got no idea.
One of my golf buddies has been on him for a while, and before he was mainstream. And one of the apps has a refund token where you can take it back at any point
I saw
during
that.
the event.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just went plus 6,000 on it. Before I forget, Brian, let me throw out a name because we were talking Euros.
Okay.
I know he's not Euro, as in he's not coming directly from, because he was playing in the ACC last year.
Was
and
he
I'm not
playing in
gonna say his
California the
name
year
right.
before this year?
Not Cal.
Oh
Well, maybe. I don't know where he played before.
no,
I don't know if we're talking about the same guy.
Maybe not.
We're not.
I was wondering if you're
Someone
about to
said
bring
in
up
the
Peter
chat.
Peter Majstorovic.
No,
Okay.
I doubt it's going to happen. But someone was saying in the chat, it feels like all the championship teams, they just have that big center. And I know because of what William Kyle did, everybody might be enamored with that athletic center. And I know I'm going to say his name wrong, Brian. I was enamored with SMU's center.
Oh yes,
I'm not going to say his name. Samet Igatoglu.
Igatolu.
Igatoglu, whatever. I'm sorry, man. You can't hear how you say names in the dome. I wasn't watching much SU basketball or SMU basketball unless SU was against him. Didn't hear how you said his name. So sorry, my guy. But I was
like him.
enamored with him. I don't know how much money he would cost. I don't know who's going to try to get him. SMU has money, so if he's in the portal, it's going to be a big bid, and you can't put money to him and Estrella if that's an option. And let me know, chat. But man, like
I liked him.
watching him last year, big body, just like
He's 7'2" and
presence.
stout.
yes.
He's
Yes.
also like, at least in the games I've seen him play, he's extremely foul prone, but he's got a little nice
We'll take
touch
it.
around the rim. Like Estrella is a different type of player. He's like a
Yes.
5 that can stretch it out and can shoot it a little bit.
Yes.
Igatolu is a brawler, like just an absolute bruiser. But yeah, I saw his name in there today or yesterday. I'm like, oh, I like that guy.
It's not going to happen, man.
No, but I like that guy.
especially If look at the profile of the guys on the team, like I mean, Doty 3M. We don't know too much else, but those are a couple guys who you can bet they're going to be shooting. Like, you need someone in there who's going to grab rebounds.
I'm all for somebody that can rumble.
You probably need someone who's going to play some good defense. I mean, Kyan was getting blown by. Our guy Mark, the one thing that was mentioned as bad, athleticism, so not going to be great on defense. Doty's a grinder. He'll be good, but, there's going to be an adjustment. So that's my pitch for a random guy with no connection who's not going to come to Syracuse, but it's portal season. So I would love SMU center to pull up.
He always, like, when Syracuse played them, like, when he was in the game, the Syracuse couldn't do a thing with it.
No.
And then turns out, go figure, we spent all season really enjoying the center that the Orange got from UCLA, but it turns out the other center from UCLA just won the national championship. Yeah. That guy was pretty good. Are there any other 7'2" Spaniards who have an elite passing ability, but also are unbelievable rebounders and very nimble pick and roll lob guys? Because that dude on Michigan was nice. I like him. Where can we get him? Oh, man.
I'm still stalking, but all that's on my Twitter feed is that the head coach of my favorite football team is potentially doing scandalous things with a reporter. So
that is all about the feeds. I have zero sources on that. No barbershop sources on that. No, nothing. Is there another Gasol? Yeah, I'd take any Gasol. Give me a Gasol. I'd love a Gasol. I don't know. I'd like another Euro. Like, if Bentley's over there getting Euros, get another Euro. I don't care if it's a big guy. Like, there's Euro big guys. There's Euro small guys. He just got a Euro medium guy. Jordan, you're probably too young to remember. Do you remember, are you aware of the
number is bold
original Nintendo game, just hockey on Nintendo? It was just called hockey.
No, that doesn't.
There was.
Sounds like you made that up.
I made up the game hockey. It had 3 players you could pick from, like 3 body style. There was a skinny guy, a medium guy, and a really big guy. So you made up your team based on how, and obviously the skinny guy was faster and the big guy was slower. But so, Ben Lee's gotten a medium guy already. Let's see if he gets a small guy or a big guy. Like I say, complete the set, Ben. Fill out the Euro roster. The Euros need Euro buddies. They need to, so they can go do, European stuff. Whatever that is. They can talk about the European Union. They can say, hey, I'm from a different country than you, but our passports are the same. I don't know. They can do whatever the heck they want to do. They can shoot like hell from 3 and pass the ball really well. How about that? Let's get more of those guys. There's my push.
I'm just laying out here.
That was the end of my push. I got no more push. I just want various Euros. Like, the idea of getting like a Euro, like, because this Mamutovic guy, like, Syracuse has had Euros, right? Like, Marek Dolezaj was great fun. I love Marek. And various other Euros over the years. Like, shout out to the life and times of one Elvirovchina. Like, they've had some dudes. Marius Giannoulis could absolutely sling it from the outside. But, like, this guy's coming in with, like, he's not just some rando guy, right? Like, all these other heroes just appeared. Like, I mean, this guy just appeared to us, but then people are like, yeah, this is one of the top guys in Europe for his age. We're like, oh. So, I'm excited that Syracuse is getting involved in the legitimate Euro market, because it seems to be, like, right now, it's a money-ballish area, right? Like, those guys are getting money, but maybe you don't have to go quite as high with them, because whatever they're getting paid in Europe, they're already pros, but you can, like, there's a middle ground with it. I really like I like it. And shout out to Ben Lee, who this may cause us to remember his last name. So anything that helps with that is fantastic. We like that.
Not only that, but we haven't even seen the on-court stuff in terms of Syracuse, because that was the thing that everybody was talking about. Basketball mind, the thing that Syracuse fans have been begging for years, is a young or up and coming basketball mind. So I'm super down to see how that plays out. Also, like, I don't care whether he's technically a coach or something else. Can we just like cut the crap and announce Ryan Blackwell?
Yeah, what's
Like, please?
is
Like,
he?
please?
Yeah, is he not going to be a coach? Like, what's going on here? I don't.
I mean, even if he's not, like, if he's some like, I don't know. Like, I've heard our guy Tim was talking today about how maybe he's some sort of player development sort of thing.
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
lots
all
of
the
roles.
guys who aren't coaches, but they are coaches.
Yeah.
So like, but can we just announce them? Like, let's get this show on the road.
I figure by the end of the week, like we've gotten four of the 5 coaches. Though I'll say this: if he's announced not as a coach, that immediately jacks up the intrigue of who the last coach is, because I've just been assuming it's Blackwell. So if it's not Blackwell, even if he's on the staff and it's somebody else, let's announce Blackwell. I'd love to know about a GM, and like that's where I'm at right now. I need to hear about a point guard, a center, and a general manager. That's my trio right now.
Are we I want to know who the GM is, but like, are we at the point where does it? I mean, I don't even care if it's announced at this, but now we're already a couple days into the portal. Like, they're either in contact with these guys or they're not
Right.
at this point. Like, I'm curious to know who it is, but it doesn't feel like, oh gosh, we need a GM or we're toast. It more feels like, you know, a big reveal. Like,
Right.
who's
Yeah,
behind the
yeah.
curtain?
I just want to know who's behind the curtain. And I also want to know, like, because with these other guys, like, we knew the names, right? It's like clearly they were doing the work already before the official announcement. Like, is there somebody that's just doing the work and they just haven't announced it yet? I don't know. I like a big reveal, but I also like a spread out reveals because, we gotta, it's only day 2 of Portal Watch. Like, we need a moment. We need a moment to properly absorb all of this stuff, I think. When do you think, Jordan, our show next week is on Thursday, incidentally, instead of Wednesday. Jordan and I will be on Thursday. Grover's here just all the time. Like, we can't contain Grover. Thank you, Dale. See you, Kev. Do you think by the time we talk next Thursday, Jordan, that we will know who Syracuse's point guard is?
I was wrong about the Jerry when we guessed. The reason I'm going to say no is because it's always a domino effect, and Syracuse is not going to be the first team in that domino effect. And all of these agents who want their players to get the most money possible, even if it makes their clients a little annoyed and waste time, they're going to drag this out until they're ready. So I feel like this is going to be a slow burn. There's a reason the guys who came over already have announced it, and it's because they either weren't going anywhere else,
right,
or their decision was not financially based, or this, that, the other. I feel like this is going to take a minute because you're going to need to wait to see where a lot of the other top point guards go, not only to figure out process of elimination where our players are going to land, but I'm sure agents talk, and agents are going to want to know from their other friends, oh, how much did you get from them? Like, is my guy getting underpaid? Like, so I think it's going to take a hot minute.
Yeah, I'm torn on it. I'm just going to say yes, they will, just to be different. But I don't really have any good faith on that. I think the next week will be like we sprinted out of the gate. Now I think the next few days to your week is going to be, this is when we get into just names, Instagram nonsense, all the things that go along with Portal Watch. MJ Burke, there will be merch. MJ Burke, there's the sweatshirt back there. We're actively working on it. We'll hopefully have stuff available sooner than later. See, how's that for
Mike
a vague
Booker,
timeline?
Booker, which mentioned Dylan Mingo. It's like the thing with him is I feel like you're more likely to get his brother, and
Right.
Dylan didn't really decommit, but the coach did change, and I know people like the idea of both of them because they did play together, but then it's also like, all right,
It's like, can you play those two and Cayenne? Like, it's not high school anymore, right? Like, I get they were a dominant team.
Yeah. Plus, like, then you're spending, probably a good amount of money. You're talking, two highly top 5-star, right? Dylan's 5-star.
Dylan's a 5-star.
I don't care if Brunt helped recruit him. Like, you're gonna have to pay money for both.
Yeah, and then
Caden
with a K and a Y in the middle, I believe. Unless that's false internet news. Yeah, I don't know.
I
That's
think
one of
you
that's
got to be more likely to get Caden. Sorry.
yeah, like
Taylor.
today's, connect the dots today. It's a very simple dot connection, like Penn State coach, Penn State point guard, top recruit in Penn State history, high school basketball with Kai and Anthony. Like I said it earlier, like sometimes you have the 6 degrees of separation all over the place. This has 0 degrees of separation. They're all just there. Like they're right next to each other. They're right next to each other. Yeah, if you got to pay like $4 or $5 million to get the two brothers, like that's a spicy meatball for the Syracuse budget right there. Like that's a lot. Like you better be pretty damn sure on it.
I think you could live with it because that leaves you enough money for, a really solid big man. But then it's like, do you have?
Now you're playing small ball. I mean, it's a choice, right? You're playing.
How confident are you in the wings? That's kind of what I was alluding to earlier with Doty and Kyan, who that's why I was saying maybe he doesn't play you're already. I'm not saying all these guys have to play a ton, but yeah, you got a lot going on already at that big 2, small 3 type of guy.
I'd feel more confident with another big wing, unless you're telling me at 6'7", Mr. 3M Mamutovic, Mark Morano Mamutovic, unless you're telling me he's going to be a big wing for you. Like, and he's ready to go coming into Europe. I have no idea. Like, I mean, he's playing pro ball in Europe to whatever level it is. Like, is he going to drop in and be that guy right now? I have 0 idea. If they're counting on, like, if that's a fact, then that changes the equation, I think, significantly. If they're like, yeah, actually, this guy's going to be starting at the 3 for us. I have no idea. I don't know if that's crazy talk or not. I have 0 clue. In his highlight video, though, Jordan didn't miss a shot.
No, and I mean, that 1 7-game stretch for Eurobasket where he shot like damn near 50% from 3. Like, that's really intriguing. I'm thinking about a guy who could hit every other 3 in a tournament setting, or just in, short stretches with a lot of games. But I mean, look, if he's having trouble defending there, if that's not listed as one of his strengths, then good luck coming to the ACC and being a good enough defender to play starting minutes. So we'll see. It just feels like a high upside scorer, which you need, but
right.
Knowing nothing about the guy, as little as anybody does, unless you're out there getting weird streams and betting on weird games and watching him.
Nobody here would do that.
I feel like he's going to need guys around him on defense to cover for him, which, I mean, if you have Sadiq and you have a center who can do that, then sure. And I mean, Doty, maximum effort. I feel like he'll at least effort his way into being okay defensively.
Yeah, Doty is going to be fine, I think. Like, he's going to be fine, but I don't want to be like relying on him to be fine. And to San Diego Cuse's point, the Penn State Mingo Caden was not a good outside shooter this year. I have no idea what his brother, like if his brother's supposed to be a good outside shooter or not. But if you're telling me the whole family can't shoot, like you need shooting. It's college basketball.
But if you're telling me he's a 6'5" point guard, then I'm in.
Yeah, but his brother's like a 6'3" point guard. So if they both can't shoot, like one of them's good enough. Like we don't need all the Mingos. But yeah, he's 6'7", 190 to the point of 3M. So yeah. Also, yes, everyone give us your money. Click the $sign next to the chat. Become channel members. I think, Jordan, unless you have something else, because we could go around in circles on this all night, we will save some of our words on the portal until another day. My another day will be tomorrow morning. We'll be live in the 315 at 11 to see if any, like, we've had a lot of breaking news exactly at 11 o'clock this week. Like, all of the coach announcements have come exactly at 11 o'clock. I, for one, appreciate it. So we'll see if anything else drops tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Only thing I've got is remember
tomorrow.
we were like, how much money is Syracuse spending on Uche Azoje? I think we found out.
Oh, I said that all of it. Oh my goodness, I think it was all of it. There's nobody left on the team. Which, the good news, they got more players than Tennessee, because the Tennessee women have literally 0 players left.
It almost makes you think, Brian, and like,
did they give all of it to Uche?
it's almost like, is Uche getting paid like a ton, or, and I mean, it's something that I've heard from people and it's been said aloud too. So, if you listen around, I don't think it's a surprise, but I think a lot of those players might have been being paid very well to the point where they can't duplicate it again this season. Because a few players leaving to test the market is one thing, but you've got everybody leaving.
8? How many are they up to? I've lost count. It's a lot of people in the portal.
I think, and everybody seems to love Coach Jack. I genuinely don't think it's something like that. I just get the idea that pretty much everybody was probably told you're getting paid less, and they're like, no, I'm not. I'm
That's
just not
what
getting
you
paid
think.
here.
You're going to pay me less. Someone else is going to pay me more. Uche's catching them. Tennessee signed someone today? Good for them. They've got a player. I know there who the problem is. It does seem to directly be their head coach, Tennessee, because finances for women's basketball ain't the problem down with the Lady Vols. All right, with that, Jordan and I will be back next Thursday. Jordan's going to eat, what is that? I don't know what I'm looking at.
So I made some pizzas the other night, and this one I tried to make like a mac and cheese pizza, but it turned into more of a bread bowl.
Okay, mac and cheese bread bowl. Jordan's gonna go to work on that. I'll be back tomorrow morning live in the 315 at 11. We got Lax post game on Saturday, and we will be locked in on the portal. With that, even though the show is over, Portal Watch, folks. Stay vigilant. Talk to you in the morning.
Thanks for watching the 315 with Brian Higgins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on. We'll see you next time.